deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I have served Kain a millennium. The gift continued to evolve. We became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow, until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome: my eternal damnation. Raziel was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the lake of the dead.
Cast him in.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Raziel, you are worthy. I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul Reaver, my angel of death.
Well, squaddies, I'm not sure really how I can follow up something like that, but welcome to this new series that I'm planning, that I have actually been planning it for a while. This is Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. The voices you've been hearing are a big part of why this game is actually still well looked upon, because the voice acting in this game is phenomenal. From the voice actor for Raziel, Kain, to the legendary and unfortunately now passed on Tony J, who we just heard with that deep voice of the Elder God. Now the timeline...
These gates twist space, laying a path across great spans.
Alright, this is actually a teleporter, yeah, so we can't use it yet because we've only found the one. We have to find the others before we can go anywhere. But, like I was saying, the timeline for this game, and the timeline for I say game, not series, because ultimately, the Legacy of Kain games are all really one long game. Settle down, kitty. Make sure I got my controls right. Yeah, okay, there's that. Good. Nice jump. Attack. Alright, okay. I just want to make sure I have my controls correct.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Yeah. That tells you just what this game is all about right there. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself up to full health. Now, like I was saying, the reason I say game rather than series is because ultimately the Legacy of Kain games are all one long storyline, just split over several games. I'm not going to be playing the original Blood Omen because it's basically unable to be... I basically cannot find it online in a way that would be viable. And I'm not going to... I know most people consider it to be abandonware now. But... Alright, you know what? I love you too, kid. You gotta go down there. Sorry. But, like I was saying, I know most people probably consider it to be abandonware, but...
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Actually, I'm gonna high jump for this, just to make it easier. But one of the... Like I was saying, I'm not going to be playing Blood Omen, the original. I will be playing the others, and I'm going to be doing them roughly in order.
Scabrous wretches are these?
The scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
And we have our first bit of combat. Eat up. Now, we've seen some important stuff already. Namely, our character here, Raziel, and why he is, well, in this form. Raziel, at the start of the game, at the start of the storyline, this particular part of it, was a vampire in service to Kain. Who was... Hold on.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
No, this is actually one of the major mechanics, but anyway. the major mechanic that I'm talking about is this. Suddenly, I'm back in the realm of the mortals.
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
Yep. As a ghost, you can only manifest for so long in the physical world. But, as I was saying, Raziel is one of... I want to say it was 7?
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
That we already know, because we came through here. Now, just touching water like that is not going to kill me. But, like I was saying, Raziel is the first of a good number of vampiric lieutenants that Kain created. And as Raziel explained in the opening video...
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
So yeah, these are the first vampires we fight.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
That's not just related to these guys, but as I was saying, Raziel was the first lieutenant of the lieutenants.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly to the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Actually, I'm going to show you guys another way you can kill these things, namely, spike them. But, anyway. Real quick, I'm going to get some narration of the way.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
So, as Raziel explained to us in the opening narration, the standard of life for the rulers of Kain's empire was that Kain, as their master and the first of their line, would enter into a hibernative state first and emerge with some new form or ability. And then a few years down the line, Raziel and the others would be given the same change. Raziel kind of pissed Kain off, as far as we can tell, by evolving first with these wings. As you saw, the Kain didn't really like that, so he ripped the wings out of Raziel, or ripped the bones out of Raziel's wings.
The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
Yes, that actually become...
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
that is actually a very important plot point we just got. Is that if Kain had done one thing, Nosgoth could survive. And part of the reason I wanted to do this series is, one, I love the Legacy of Kain games. They're one of my favorite series. Or, they're one of my favorite... So, I love the storyline, I love the dark nature of it. Because Raziel, despite the fact that I'm playing as him right now, Raziel is not a hero. His entire motivation is to get revenge. Also, for those of you that might already know the storyline, please don't spoil it in the comments for those that do, that are just seeing this for the first time.